Entering a new order with Atlas. In the patient demographic video, we entered the patient Mickey Mouse for the client Medical Diagnostic Labs. Now it is time to enter a new order. Selecting the New Order button brings up the order screen. The new order screen will default in the client name as well as the patient information. So we can see here at the top, Medical Diagnostic Labs is the client, and we have the basic information that came in from the patient. Here you'll see that the order number is in the system already, the account number that we were working with, the billing type of the patient, as well as the collection date and time. We simply need to select the physician ordering for that client. Okay, in this case we have Dr. John Smith. And then we can jump over to the specimen collector's information, enter in your initials, and we have two boxes, while not required, can be helpful. The clinical info is for internal notes that goes into Apollo's internal notes field, and notes is for external notes that goes into Apollo's external notes field. We also have a checkbox for stat order, as well as if the patient is fasting. Once complete, we select the Continue button. That will take us to the next tab in sequential order. Here we will enter in the test for the patient. This can be done in one of three ways. If you know the Apollo code can be entered in by selecting the code. If you know the test name, you can enter in the test name by selecting the name code. If you know the mnemonic, which is the legacy system of either LabHex or PowerLab, you can select the mnemonic and enter in that information. Let's give that a try. So as an example, legacy code 301, select the enter key, is a complete blood count. Going ahead and selecting that drives that information down here into the order test section. Now let's say this time we want to add a lipid. We'll use the name. Alright, entering in lipid as a name brings up the various tests with the word lipid in it. Selecting lipid panel drives that information down here into the order test. So now we have two tests that have been ordered for this particular. Now, if a test was ordered accidentally, simply select the delete button and reorder the appropriate test up at the top. In addition, you can get complete directory of services information by selecting the directory of services link. As an example, again, my default here is name. I'll put in that lipid, select it, and you can see I have the test information, the test specimens, the results that will come back from that test, any Ask It order entry questions, as well as the lab schedule, technical information if there is any, and any other information, including what mnemonics may be utilized, as well as the CPT code for that test. I can also drive the test to the order by using the Add Test to Order button down here at the bottom, or simply selecting OK says that I'm done looking up that information. Alright, now that we have the test ordered, we have a complete blood count and a lipid panel, we hit the Continue button to continue sequentially down our next section of tabs. In here, the ICD-9s are to be entered. Very simple. Enter in the number, hit the enter key, and you'll receive the appropriate mnemonics for the ICD-9s. We'll use 401. And 272. And again, you can select any of the designated codes, and they will float up here to the ICD-9 column for the complete blood count in the lipid panel. When complete, select the Continue button. Now, if there were Ask at Order Entry questions, you'll notice here that that's the next tab. However, if there is not, it will then start to generate the labels and the requisitions. I'll select the Continues button. And the first thing that Atlas is going to do is tell me what specimen collections I should take. Okay. And then it will print out, and I will select that to show to the screen. It will first print out the labels. And again, we should receive 2 labels because that's what the specimen information dialog box displayed. And here we have the 2 labels that will print. Next, the requisition will print, and I will show that to the screen as well. And of course, these will go to the label printer as well as the laser printer that you have there at the Patient Service Center. Okay. Here's the requisition. It has a couple of very important things. It has a barcode of the client on top, the patient demographics here in the middle, including the insurance, any internal notes, as well as the test information and the specimens to be collected. And at the bottom is the requisition number. Once those print, you're done. It will jump back to the patient search. Now, what you need to make sure of is that you go ahead and select the PSC Home link here at the top right hand corner of the screen. This patient search is for additional patients for that client. So if you are at an IOP, you could go ahead and look up the next patient. At a patient service center, most likely the next patient is coming from a different client. So I will select the PSC Home, and that will take me back to where we started in the first video.